The New York Knicks just got sneaky good news. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. This is Big Apple Sports. Tune in daily for Knicks and Giants content. NFL season's almost here. NBA is going to be right after it in a couple months. And I am bringing you all the latest news and analysis, so don't miss out. Take just a quick second, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button maybe if you're feeling it, and let's dive on in. So, the Knicks, we all know they're going to be one of the teams to beat in the East this year. Most people think it's Knicks here, Cavs here, and then everyone else is a step below. And the winner, it's going to be Knicks or Cavs probably playing the Thunder or whoever comes out of the West. But the Knicks they're not done this offseason, and they are looking for that final edge to be the true favorites in the Eastern Conference this year. And a new possibility may have just opened up. So let's take a look. Malik Beasley, not sure who all has been following this. He was on the Pistons last year and was the target of a sports gambling investigation. A lot of people are wondering if his career was going to be over. They take sports gambling so seriously. I know there's the guy on the Raptors, trying to remember his name. I feel like he was Michael Porter Jr.'s brother or something like that. But he's out of the league forever because he was gambling on games, and people thought Malik Beasley was next. But he has officially been cleared. They are no longer investigating him. And so now we have a new marquee free agent on the market, and the Knicks are already being listed as his top destination. I meant to pull it up. I don't have it here, but I think Sports Illustrated was talking from the Pistons' perspective that the Knicks were the top contender to steal him away. So it's not just like this is the New York Post here, but it's not just like a biased New York take that the Knicks are targeting Beasley. Even Pistons fans are worried about that. And let's just take a look at what he brings to the table. So he has been in the NBA many years, started with the Nuggets, had some good years with the Timberwolves, has kind of been bouncing around the last few years. But the big thing with him is he is a career 39% three-point shooter. The last 2 years, he's actually upped that all the way to 41%. You can see he averaged nearly 16.3 points per game. For the Pistons last year was a huge part of their offense. I'm sure you remember going against the Pistons in the playoffs last year. He had, I think, 2 different 20-point games where he went off for 6 3-pointers. He is clutch. He can hit the three and would fit perfectly on this Knicks bench. Because truthfully, if you look at the Knicks last year, it baffles me they lost to the Pacers. You can't tell me the Pacers starting five is as good as the Knicks starting five. But the big difference was the bench production. You look, I pulled up Game 6 last year when the Pacers closed out the Knicks, and just look at this bench performance. Josh Hart obviously didn't have his best game. We all know he's a stud on the bench. Landry Shamet has been pretty hit or miss. It's possible the Knicks still bring him back. But, outside of that, nobody else even scored more than 2 points. They just don't have any bench. Whereas if you look at the Pacers, you have Obi Toppin went for 18 points. You have Thomas Bryant went for 11 points. McConnell and Mathurin obviously didn't have their best games, but they both had different games where they went off against the Knicks. The Pacers had a team where every game, 2 different guys on their bench went off for 10 to 15 points. And the Knicks just didn't have that. And I think even more than just having more guys who contribute, then I think a big problem the Knicks had last year, and part of this is Thibodeau's fault. He's always overplayed his starters, but you just didn't get a lot of minutes from the bench because there was such a steep drop-off. Only 4 guys even got 10 minutes in that Game 6, whereas the Pacers, they got 25 minutes here, 20 minutes here. They got big-time minutes from some of these guys and big-time production as well. So, I think Brunson and Towns and Bridges and Anunoby, I feel like they came into the playoffs last year pretty well spent because like I said, some of that's Thibodeau's fault. He's always pushed really hard in the regular season, but some of that is just they didn't have that depth, and they're going to have that this year, regardless of whether they bring in Malik Beasley. Like, they added Gershon Yabusele. He should be really good. They brought in Jordan Clarkson. And I mean, just those two. And I think Tyler Kolek, I just put a video out about him. I think he's ready to kind of step up and maybe take on like a TJ McConnell type role on the Knicks. I'll link that video at the end of this one if you're interested in seeing it. But like, they're going to have a much deeper bench this year, and Malik Beasley would just be like icing on the cake. He would be, besides Josh Hart, the most talented one of them. I mean, just having a guy who can come out there and snipe 40+% from three, spread out the defense a little more, make them honest, make them have to cover the perimeter guys while Brunson and Towns are driving to the hole. Like, that would be big time. And I think it would make the Knicks the big-time favorites in the East if they landed them. Currently, if you look at the NBA futures, they got the Cleveland Cavaliers plus 250 to win the East, with the Knicks right behind them at plus 270. The addition of Malik Beasley would just put the Knicks up to that next level. I would probably guess they'd be more like plus 175, plus 200 to win the East. And then looking at the full championship winner, obviously OKC's going to have the best odds. Then they got the Nuggets, Cavs, and the Knicks are tied with the Cavs there at plus 800. But I think adding Malik Beasley might bump the Knicks even above the Nuggets as the number 2 team in the NBA to beat. So, Knicks fans, let me hear from you. Would you want Malik Beasley? I know he's kind of had some antics on and off the court. But would you rather see him? Would you rather see Shimei? Are you one of these weirdos who wants them to get Russell Westbrook or Ben Simmons and have them sitting out there shooting 18% from three? Or would you rather see Beasley? Do you think they're good enough that they don't need another addition and that a guy like Kolek is going to step up and fill in that bench role? Let me know your thoughts. I always love to hear from you. And then let's just get hyped. The season, it's still a couple months away, but the Knicks, you know they're trying to get better. You know, like, I feel like this is their year. They have to go all in. That's why I want to see them sign Beasley. And adding that extra depth might make it more feasible to, in the future, trade like Towns for Giannis or somebody for LeBron, or make that last big move to truly get the Knicks to the top. Because with no Tatum this year, no Halliburton this year, the Knicks have to win the East. I think they're good enough to do it, but let's not just settle with good enough. Let's make sure the Knicks are the clear favorites. Make this last move. And then just don't forget, Knicks fans, hit the subscribe button. I got a lot more Knicks content coming and a lot of Giants content coming out, so don't miss out. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.